Hello friends, you're back with a Lonesome Gamer, and I'm ready now to do some bloody fighting in the Space Hulk. And I added actually some more entrances for the Gene Stealers, one down here, another one here, and then another one here. I did this because I was afraid that it might be too easy for the Space Marines to block all the entrances, and especially if they manage to freeze some of their comrades in stasis. So I added a few more entrances. For the ones of you who don't know this game, I think the basic idea of this game is actually that you have two sides who play completely different. One of them, the Space Marines, are pretty slow and extremely weak in close combat, but they have a lot of firepower, while the other side, the Gene Stealers, are quite fast and agile, and they are extremely strong in close combat, but they're not able to shoot. So that's the main idea, I guess, and the tactics for the Space Marines should be to control these long corridors so that they have enough time to shoot at the attacking Gene Stealers, while the really dangerous parts of the maps are these maps with a lot of corners, so the Gene Stealers could hide there and simply can wait until the Space Marine come closer and then jump out and attack. And this brings you again and again in interesting tactical situations. Okay, enough talking. Let's start this. I'm gonna draw the starting blips for the Gene Stealer player. I'm gonna draw two blips. These blips represent groups of Gene Stealers, between 1 and 3 Gene Stealers. And it's just some radar contact. I don't know if you've seen the Alien movies. There you have these miniature radars that the soldier carry with them, and they can see if there is any contact or not. But you can't really see how many aliens there are. So there is a surprising element in this. Okay, I'm gonna randomly determine where these blips gonna enter the play. So I'm taking an 8-sided die, and this is number 1. So here, that's number 1. This one will come in here, and now it's the other one. It starts at number 3, which is right there. Okay, the Space Marines actually start. They have the first part of the turn is the Space Marine part, and I divided them. This is actually part of the mission. There have at least to be 2 Space Marines at each entrance. So we have 2 entrances, 5 soldiers up there, We have the guy with the assault gun, and down here is the sergeant, and the others are the normal Space Marines with their storm bolters. At the beginning of the turn, I'm gonna roll 4 command points. Every Space Marine has 4 action points. That means he can spend these points to do his possible actions. He can use them for movement. To move 1 space is 1 action point. If you want to move back, it's 2 action points. Space Marines can't move sideways. If you want to turn 90 degree, 1 action point. If you want to shoot, it's also 1 action point. What you can do is you can move and shoot for 1 action point. Another thing is you could go into Overwatch. That means that you're allowed, after you've spent your action points, during the Gene Stealer phase, you're allowed to shoot when a Gene Stealer moves in your weapon range. And to go into Overwatch costs you 2 points, but normally it's worth it. To be a little more flexible with your actions, you get additional command points. You roll a die and then you mark the number of command points here on this command board. And these command points allow you to do extra actions. You can spend a command point on any of your Space Marines. You can spend also more of them. You can spend them all on one. And this guy can do then extra actions. They count just like normal action points then. You can also save these command points, and then you can spend them in the Gene Stealer phase. Anytime you see a Gene Stealer doing an action, this soldier then can spend a command point to react in some way. Further on, I forgot to mention a very important thing. I made some rules changings. Not too many, but some of them are really, there are really big changings actually. The first one is there is a limited line of sight of 12 spaces. I play without doors, as you can see, so I think it's useful, it makes sense to somehow limit the line of sight. And you could imagine it's dark in this Hulk, so you just can see 12 spaces. Further on, there is also a limited weapon range. It's 8 spaces. And maybe the most important change I made, the most significant one, is the movement of the Gene Stealers, especially when they attack. So imagine you have 2 Gene Stealers here, just like this. And we have a Space Marine here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So they are within range. And now, according to the normal game rules, this guy would move. 1, you could shoot. Then he would move further. 2, you could shoot. 3, you could shoot. And let's say now you hit. He's killed. And now it's the next one. He would move. 1, you shoot. 2, you shoot. 3, you shoot. And so on. If this guy is in Overwatch. I think this makes it terribly difficult for the gene stealers to come close to a Space Marine. And in a solo play, the gene stealers already have a big disadvantage because there is no surprising element in what they're doing. Basically, it's all pretty clear. So I decided to change this because it's also not very logical that first this guy runs and is shot, and then after that this guy starts running. So what I think happens during this action, they are running both, like this, like this, like this. They stay together. They run behind each other to kill this guy. That means in the game, if he moves and is shot at, and let's say it's a miss, then he moves on, and let's say he's killed now. Then this guy would be already here, like this. So he's killed now, but he's already here. And now the Space Marine can shoot at him. But in this way, if there are more gene stealers behind each other, they will come much closer. They have now much better chances to make it than before. It's actually the same if there was a blip behind these guys, which is not revealed because you could not see them. So if they move on here, then this blip follows them, because I see that also as a number of gene stealers. And why should they wait here until their guys were shot and then start running? It makes no sense. It's completely illogical. Okay. So I know this is a pretty significant rule change, and there might be some people out there who don't like that, and well, my apologies to them, and I really mean that. I don't want to offend here any real fan of the game, and if I play it with 2 players, then I play it according to the rules. That makes completely sense, and the rules are great, no doubt. But for solitaire gaming, I think that the Space Marines should have some more disadvantages. Okay, so now let's start finally. Okay, so first we gotta roll for the command points. That's a 6. Now, because I have the sergeant, I could roll again, and I had to accept the second roll, but of course I take the 6. And I'm going to mark the command points here with this marker. This is the ammunition marker for the assault cannon, and I can do 10 shots with it. Then I could reload like this, and then I can do another 10 shots. Okay. So now I got 6 command points, which is pretty cool. And what I'm gonna do is Oops, wait a minute. One of the Space Marines was down here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to block these two entrances right at the beginning. I think that makes a lot of sense. Because yeah, they can't come from the back then, the gene stealers. If I go here, actually, if I try to go to this guy, and I would go with all my 3 people, then there's a big danger that some gene stealers come from the back and attack me. But if I could block this area here by positioning one Space Marine here somewhere in the middle, then they can't enter. A entrance is blocked for gene stealers if it's 6 or less spaces away from the closest Space Marine. Then the blips are not allowed to enter this entrance. The basic idea now is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, if I could manage to place a Space Marine here in the middle of that crossing, then I could control this this corridor. So if a blip enters here, I should have enough time to kill him until he comes to me. And on the other side I could block these 2 corridors. So this is actually a very special point to be. I really should try to get one Space Marine here. So I think that's what this guy... Yeah, I think that's the mission of this guy. He's trying to go here. So now he moves 1, and he turns around 2, 3, 4. So now he spends his 4 action points. But as you remember, we got 6 command points left, and I think we're gonna use, well, maybe actually all of them now. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. I'm not... Okay, I think I'm gonna do this. So, I got no command points left, but I guess it's okay now. So, and then the others down here, they're gonna try to move to this guy. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it's, wait a minute, 1, yeah, 1, 2, oh, just give me a break here. They had to enter the Hulk. I'm not sure if I made it 1, maybe I forgot this space. So just a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I think I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So actually this guy will end up here. I forgot this space. And then it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. He can't spend his last action point because they're not allowed to share the same space. So and then we got these guys up here, and they might actually go for this one. Or for that one. Well, they could also try to go for this one. It's not so... No, basically I think that these two guys will try to go for this one, and after that they go for that one. So that they will go for the other ones, and I think they start here, but I'm not sure about that. We'll see. First, let's start moving. This is the guy with the assault cannon. He goes first. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and the other one 1, 2, 3 is following. Okay. So that was the first Space Marine turn. And then it's the Gene Stealers. And they're allowed to draw 2 more blips. And let's see where they will enter the game. Now we can't go in here and we can't go in here. So these 2 entrances are blocked now. So basically we can now change the numbers like this. And yeah. So let's see. That is number 3. So this is right here. Okay, let's place this one here. And then the other number is number 4, which is blocked at the moment, so we have to roll again. That's number 5. This is up here. Okay. So, now let's see about the Gene Stealer movement. There are some rules I made up, and it's this here. And well, basically I'm just going to tell you how this works for me, and so that you get an idea about this, and then I'm going to explain during the game again and again why they do this and why they do that. It's always like that the first target is the closest group of Space Marines. Now the distance to this group is alpha. There might be other groups. The distance to this group is beta. So now, if beta is more than twice alpha, then the Gene Stealers will go for the first group, for the closest one. But if it's less than twice alpha, then they might also go for the other group. And then we have to roll for which group they go. Sounds terribly complicated, but it isn't. It's the same with the ways they might take. If there are any crossings or so, and they could go another way to get to this group, as long as this way is not longer than 5 spaces than the other way, then you have to roll which way they might take. Otherwise, they'll take the shorter way. So, let's start with this Gene Stealer. So basically, the closest group of Space Marines to this Gene Stealer or to this blip is this one. But both other Space Marines, this one or that group here, is not no more than double this distance away from this guy. So basically, he now could attack, or he could go for any Space Marine on the board. Because this way down here would mean a much longer distance, more than 5 spaces, then this direct way here, he would always take this way, no matter after which group he is. So we don't have to roll here, we simply move this way. So he goes 6. The blips has always 6 action points, as the gene stealers do. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So they're right here. We try to keep them unrevealed as long as possible. And now it's here, this group. And well, they're trying to go this way, of course. And this is the closest one. So I'm pretty sure they're going to go for him. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, they're here. Okay, for this group, also all group of Space Marines are possible targets. This is the closest group. And now actually we have to roll which one they will be after, because the question is now, are they going this way or that way? So because this is the closest group, they will have the chance that they are after him is doubled compared to these guys. So on an 8-sided dice, on a 1 to 4, they go for them. And 5, 6, they go for them. 7, 8, they go for them. That's a 1 to 4, so they're trying to get them. Okay, and now because this way is, or actually this way, like that, is more than 5 additional spaces than this way, they will move simply this way. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, here we are. And this guy is not allowed to enter the Hulk because he blocks. Okay, I hope this wasn't too confusing. Just once again, the basic idea is you take the closest group of Space Marines and you count the spaces to them, and if there are other groups that are in the distance twice as the distance of the closest group, then the blip might also attack the other groups. And then you have to roll which group is attacked. And on a 1 to 4, the closest group is attacked. On a 5 or 6, the more distant group might be attacked. If there are more ways to go to the same group, and if these ways, if the other way is not longer than 5 additional spaces, then the gene stealers might also take the other way. And it's the same thing here. On a 1 to 4, they take the shortest way. On a 5 or 6, they take the other way. I think it's not that complicated, but I might not be very good in explaining this, especially my English is not so great. Okay. So now it's another Space Marine move. And I'm allowed to roll for command points once again. And that's a 4, and I think I'm going to keep that. So I'm going to mark this here. And okay, let's see. Actually, I'm going to start with this guy. He moves like this. 1. And then he turns around. 2. And now this blip is in line of sight, so it is revealed. And these are 3 gene stealers. So we place one of them right here, and the other one have to be placed in adjacent spaces. So just like that. Okay, that's not so good. So he already spent 2 action points. So now he's gonna shoot at the first one, and he's gonna spend another action point. Well, actually, he could do the shooting while turning around. I wonder if it's possible, because technically he should see them at the same time when he turns around, so he should be able to shoot actually. I'm not sure if it's possible. Maybe I'll find something in the rules. Okay, it says that these guys are immediately revealed when they come into line of sight. And it also says that there is first the movement and then the shooting. So I guess they are revealed before you have to shoot, so he is allowed to shoot with the second action point, which might be a valuable thing. So he can shoot now, and the Stormbolter allows him to roll 2 dice, and he needs a 6 for a hit. And that's a 5 and a 3, so there is no hit. But now he can shoot again. He's got 2 action points remaining. And if he shoots at the same target as he did with his last shot, then now it's a hit on a 5 and a 6. So now he can roll again, and his chances are a lot better. Oh yeah, that's 2 6s, that's definitely enough. So he killed this guy. And then he's gonna shoot once again on this guy. So he rolls again. This is his last I'm really wondering if I should do it, but I think I will. On the other hand, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. No, I think I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna spend my last action point. I'm gonna take the last action point, and I'm gonna spend 1 command point to go into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's a problem. I'm just counting if this guy could reach me in the next turn, and he actually could. Anyway, there is no other way. I'm going to spend 1 command point to go into Overwatch. Okay, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so now these guys will move, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That would be one command point. The problem is, if I then go into Overwatch, I would have spent all my command points. If his weapon jams, then he's in trouble. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. On the other hand, he can't make it here. So I guess I'm not going into Overwatch. I'm simply staying here. And these were 5 points. Oh, by the way, this, yeah, so 5 points, so 1 point is spent here. And this blip is now revealed. And that's just one gene stealer. That makes it much more easy. So I think it's okay. I don't have to go into Overwatch. I simply can shoot them in the next turn. And now this guy is moving. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I guess he moves here. And yeah. And I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend another one of my command points here, like this, to turn him around so he can follow the other one faster. And now it's these two guys here, and they move here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that's the Space Marine move. And now it's the Gene Stealers. And they're allowed to take, once again, 2 more. Let's roll where they enter. So this is number 5. So they enter here. And the other ones is number 6. Okay. So they enter here. So the quiet time for these might be over now, but it's not sure yet. Okay. So let's do this. It's the most simple one. He's in line of sight and he will simply try to attack this guy. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So he's right here. And now it's them. And they're also going to try to attack him, but he is now in Overwatch. So for every action they do, and that he can see, and because they're in line of sight, it is every action they do, he can shoot at them. So now it's the first movement, the first action point, and he can shoot, and he hits on a 6. And that's no hit. And now it's the second movement, the second action point, and now he hits on a 5 or 6. He better does, yeah, he did. Okay, so now this guy is killed. But as you might remember, he is now already here. And we spent 2 action points already for the Gene Stealers. So now it's the third action point. And he rolls. And that's another 6. Awesome. So he killed both of them. Very good. And then It's this blip here, and that goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Goes after these probably. And let's see about this one. We have to count a little and then we see who they're going for. So still these two are the closest ones. They're closer to that blip than these two. And of course also closer than that one. But none of them is too far away to be out of the possible distance. So on a 1 to 4 they're gonna go after them. A 5 and 6 it's him, and a 7 and 8 it's them. So now they're going after them. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. And then we're gonna count for this guy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So obviously these are the closest ones, but they are still not too far away. And also this one. So it's the same again. This time on a 1 to 4 they're going after them. And 5 or 6 it's them. 7, 8 it's him. So they're going after them. They're coming from behind. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So now we did some turns, and I think you got a first impression of how this works. I'm gonna upload this now, and yeah, I hope we're gonna see some more action in the following videos. There are some blips on the way. I think these two guys might get some problems if they are attacked from behind. Let's see how long he can block this here. So there are some interesting things coming up, I think. Okay, hope to see you, and well, bye.